I've been hearing the complaints, I've been hearing the frustrations expressed from some of the stronger gym goers who want to know how the heck, without equipment, they can get an effective training session in to target their back. So this workout is about as minimal as you can get, considering you only need a chin-up bar and a set of suspension straps. And I can assure you that we're gonna bulletproof your back to a degree that even James Bond would be proud. Now, we're gonna manipulate some variables in this workout to ensure that whether or not you're more on the weaker end or the stronger end of the spectrum, you can get an effective training session in, but it's important to note that you need at least a respectable level of strength. If you can't do at least 5 chin-ups, this workout is not for you. And by chin-ups, I mean full range of motion, full extension at the elbow, chin right over the bar. None of this kipping crap, none of this jumping off the ground, none of this partial range of motion and cheating your own muscular development. No, full range of motion, full intensity, full send. Let's get it. So the first exercise we're going to be starting with is a chin-up variation that we're going to do for literally 1 set. 2 options on this one. If you're not as strong, your aim is going to be to do a static hold for the entire duration. If you're super strong, like you probably could have shown up with a cape to this workout, then you're going to be in motion for the majority of the duration of this set. So what we're going to be doing is a 60-second chin-up with your palms facing you. So you're gonna have to get your timer ready because we want to ensure that A, we're aware of how long we're doing this for, that the time is set properly, and B, you're really gonna want something to notify you when you're done because these suck and you don't wanna end early because you'll probably feel a little bit defeated. So I've got my timer set for 1:05 because when I hit start, as soon as it gets to 61 seconds, I'll begin the set. Now the goal is to move in as slow motion as possible if you're doing the more advanced super strong variation. I'll change the angle slightly. You can see nothing going on there. We're gonna do the full chin up even for the video. See if we can get the best angle. Whoop. That's a little bit better. Okay, so again, we're moving as slowly as possible throughout the entire set. The key here, in my opinion, is to hold the top end position for as long as you can once you get up to that point. Now, if you're not as strong, chin-ups are not your strong suit, then you're going to start at the top position and hold that as steady as possible. So let's get this first set started. 4, 3, 2, and we're starting. So very slowly, we're moving very slowly and deliberately. These are horrible. Trying to control the positive part of the chin-up is deceptively tough. Make sure you get that chin right above the bar. Slow, control down. 7, 6, can you make it? 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Now, if you find that this is really, really tough for you, you're gonna feel the core as well, just a heads up. Whew. Haven't felt my abs like that in a minute. What you can do is, if you find that you're struggling to hold your body weight up for 60 seconds, when you get to the bottom, just grip the bar as tightly as possible in a fully extended position and just make sure that you stay off the ground. That's how we're starting this session off. Next, you're gonna shake out those arms, take a 2-minute rest. You gotta get ready, you gotta get psyched up because we're gonna bulletproof that back. We're gonna work those wings with wide grip pull-ups. So, 2 options. If you don't really excel at wide grip pull-ups, we got 10 sets of 5 with 60 to 90 second rest intervals between each set. If you're a rock star when it comes to wide grip pull-ups, if you can knock them out with full range of motion, impressive form over and over and over again for higher rep sets, you're gonna be going for 5 sets of 10 with 90-second to 2-minute rest intervals on each respective set. We are working a lot of volume here because we're gonna ensure that you walk away from this workout having feel like you paid your dues, big time. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, these are strict pull-ups. We're focusing on muscular development and we're focusing on strength development. We are not focusing on creating as much momentum as we possibly can and swinging around on the bar like a fish out of water. That means if your definition of 10 good pull-ups preset involved your body looking like a snake, no good. You might want to drop down to sets of 5 so that you can maintain quality form. So, palms are going to be facing away from you. Thumbs are going to be around the bar so that we can maintain a solid grip. Your hands need to be outside shoulder width, but we don't need to be excessively wide to the point where the range of motion is grossly limited. So, from this position, grabbing the bar, feet are off the ground. You can lock them, you can put them side by side, and we're going to pull the chest up to the bar and back down to a full extension. Up and back down to a full extension. The key on each repetition is to ensure that not only do we hit that full extension in the arms at the bottom of each repetition, but we at minimum clear our chin over the bar at the top of each repetition. Once you've finished all of your wide grip pull-ups, all 50 are done, then we're moving on. But if you found that you couldn't hit the expected rep range at any point, so if you're doing 5 sets of 10, you got to the final few sets, you only got 7 or 8, put a tally down. Don't leave before all 50 are done. Add an extra rest period in, finish the remainder of the repetitions that you have left to do. Technically, nobody's watching, but you know. Now, as I mentioned, you will need a set of suspension straps. So as soon as those wide grip pull-ups are done, we're going to go into some suspension strap rows. Struggling to articulate my thoughts, I might just need a little bit more coffee. So what you're going to do is 4 sets of 15 to 20 suspension rows. 90-second rests at maximum. So it's inevitable that you'll likely find these rep ranges tough to hit by set 2, 3, and 4 respectively, because after all those pull-ups, your arms are incredibly fatigued. So this is how it's going to go. If you get to set 2 and you cannot hit the minimum, all you're going to do is adjust your torso angle. So simply put, keep this in mind, the more upright you are, the easier each repetition. The lower you position yourself, the harder each repetition. So if you start out low and you cannot hit your minimum by set 3, simply execute set 4 at a little more simpler of an execution angle. So, simply put, palms are facing in towards each other, elbows are hugged tight to the sides, feet are positioned on the heels with the toes elevated, full extension in the elbow, and we're pulling the torso up so that the chest stops right between the wrists. We don't want any slack to be developed in the straps at all, so we're not pulling up like that and then falling back. We're maintaining constant tension on the muscles. 15 to 20 repetitions, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the peak of each rep. And then as soon as all 20 are done, you're resting 90 seconds and then right back to it. As soon as those suspension strap rows are done, you are going into 3 sets of 15 to 20 suspension strap face pulls. So, palms are facing down towards the floor. Same torso angle as you were doing your rows at. What we're going to do is pull the elbows out to the sides and the hands are going to go up towards the forehead, keeping as straight of a line as possible from your heels through to the back of your head. And we're going to pull up, knuckles come up to forehead level, and back down to a full extension in the arms. Up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and back down. This is a face pull, so we are targeting the upper back and rear delts. When we get to the peak of each repetition, you want to make sure you're squeezing those shoulder blades and ensuring that no slack develops in the suspension straps at any point in the set. 15 to 20 reps per set, 90-second breaks again, 3 consecutive sets. If, as we did on the pull-ups, at any point you miss the minimums, you don't hit those 15 reps on this or the suspension strap rows, then tally those repetitions up, ensure that you finish them before you move on to the next exercise. For the final exercise, we are going to absolutely burn that back right out with an exercise called Blackbirds. Now, if you've never done these before, they're brutal. So, what we're going to be doing, laying on the ground in a face down position, chin is tucked. I'm gonna raise mine up slightly so that I can project my voice, just enough that you can hear it. You are going to start with your arms fully extended, just like so. Bring them out ever so slightly, almost to a 45-degree angle, and you are going to prioritize the raising up of your thumbs toward the ceiling. Hold that static position for 15 seconds. Holding, holding, holding. After 15 seconds, you'll move into a W position. So your arms should look kind of like the letter W. We're still maintaining that upward force, but we're also squeezing the upper back. I like to envision pulling a truck towards me. We're doing a lat pull down to maintain that tension through the rear delts. As soon as you've held this position for 15 seconds, we're bringing the hands out to the sides. You can either have the thumbs up or you can raise the knuckles up to the sky. I prefer the thumbs up to the sky personally, pinching the shoulder blades together, holding that position for 15 seconds and rest. If your back is not on fire, you might have not done these properly. 15 seconds held in each static position. So that's 45 consecutive seconds per set. And we're doing 3 sets to finish off this back day. And once those Blackbirds are done, your workout is complete. So for those individuals who are quite a bit stronger, a little bit frustrated right now because they feel like they can't get an effective training session in, I assure you that your back, your lats, your biceps, your forearms are feeling it right now. We manipulated the volume. We incorporated a little bit different of an approach to structuring your workout, considering the equipment you might normally have available with barbells, dumbbells, cable pulley systems. This is back to the basics. And again, it's a workout that even James Bond